Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. President Biden says the Afghan exit was a great success. The Washington Post scorches the president for that remark. Gavin Newsom raising a record amount of money. Doctors now prescribing nature time for stressed out Americans. Also ahead, bad decisions. Do you make them? But first, Joe Biden delivering a defiant address on America's withdrawal from Afghanistan, calling his decision the only responsible choice after 2 decades of war. The 20-year conflict cost more than $1 trillion, 2,500 American lives. The second longest war in U.S. history was in Vietnam. In totality, that conflict there lasted 19 years, claiming more than 50,000 lives of U.S. personnel. The shortest conflict for America, the Bay of Pigs. JFK's botched mission was repelled in just 3 days by the Cubans. The liberal Washington Post publishing a scathing rebuke of President Biden's botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. The editorial board writing, quote, "This is a moral disaster, one attributable not to the actions of the military and diplomatic personnel in Kabul, who have been courageous and professional, but to mistakes, strategic and tactical, by Mr. Biden and his administration," unquote. That is the truth told by a newspaper that went all out to elect Joe Biden. Embattled California Governor Gavin Newsom raking in $70 million so far to defeat his recall. Conservatives have raised just $8 million to boot him. Latest polls show voters split in the Golden State. And California's constitution was changed in 1913. There have been 55 attempts to recall governors since then, most notably the election of Arnold Schwarzenegger back in 2003. Doctors across America prescribing their patients nature time to improve their health during the pandemic. Pediatricians also urging urchins to get outside to avoid weight gain, breathing issues, and heart problems later in life. Childhood obesity rates are now up 15% since COVID hit. The average American has gained between 10 and 15 pounds, and gym membership is down because of mask mandates. In a moment, bad decisions. President Biden is making them. Do you? Right back. My trusted technology research executive, Jeff Brown, has a must-see video out right now called The Great Reset. This reset has been in the works since 2015. Now the circumstances are just right, and it appears to be coming to fruition. So please pay attention, because in Jeff's briefing, he will show us exactly what's going on, the proof, and how we can best prepare. He'll also give us the name of an investment he believes we must own if we hope to have any chance at preserving our hard-earned cash. In fact, if you buy it soon, he's convinced you could be one of the select few Americans who could see their nest egg double just from this one single asset. We may be about to witness the greatest financial shift in the history of America with the Great Reset. So, prepare now. Go to jeffbrowntech.com. That's jeffbrowntech.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, making bad decisions. Last night, Senator Joseph Lieberman appeared on my television program, The No Spin News, and said the war in Afghanistan was essentially over when Joe Biden became president. Under President Trump, 44 American military were killed in action in Afghanistan in 4 years. 44. And none were killed under Biden until last Thursday, when terrorists slain 13 American military personnel. So, Senator Lieberman asked, why did Joe Biden have to order a haphazard, poorly thought out withdrawal from Afghanistan? What was the urgency to do it in a way that caused death and destruction? Now, as soon as Biden took office, the Taliban mobilized. The new president knew that. He could have stepped up air cover and reiterated what President Trump had told the Taliban on the telephone. You stand down or you yourself will be killed. That's what Trump said. Instead, President Biden made a series of bad decisions that led to the USA being humiliated by the terrorists and, as mentioned, 13 service people killed. Mr. Biden has also made a terrible decision on the border, an awful decision having the American energy sector demoralized and putting federal regulations in place to cripple our energy industry. Those were all bad decisions. The point is that if you do something and it doesn't work out well, other people get hurt. In your life, you know that. Every bad decision you have made not only hurts you, but those around you. Now, all of us have an obligation to think outside of ourselves. At this point, I don't think President Biden is even capable of thinking at all. He is doing what other people tell him to do. Now, here's an interesting question. If you voted for Joe Biden, did you make a bad decision? Some people will never admit they will make a bad decision in any capacity. Those folks are called narcissists. And what we saw in Biden's Afghan speech was narcissism. He had the gall to tell the world that his Afghan withdrawal was excellent. It was terrific. He must think that we are all morons. Biden made a bad decision, a deadly decision, and will not admit it. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by writing it. For more honest news analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com, where you can see my TV broadcast. And also Killing the Mob, an enormous bestseller, available for your reading pleasure. In a moment, something you might not know. To mark 20 years since 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is giving 200 mortgage-free homes to America's heroes and their families. What a great gesture. And in a moving tribute, the foundation CEO, Frank Siller, will spend August to September 11th walking from the Pentagon to Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and then on to Ground Zero. Thanks to your support, the Towers of Light are to return to the sky at the Pentagon and the Shanksville memorials. On September 12th, those lost to 9/11 related illness will be honored. And on Veterans Day, those lost to the War on Terror are having their names read aloud. Both events are happening for the first time. So please honor our vow to continue to never forget, to do good, and please act now. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. On this date in 1985, a group of explorers from the USA and France ended a 73-year search for the most famous shipwreck in human history, the Titanic. The team used new technology to locate the Titanic 400 miles east of Newfoundland, 13,000 feet below the surface of the North Atlantic Ocean. During its doomed maiden voyage, the RMS Titanic was the world's biggest passenger ship ever built, measuring 900 feet in length. It was the largest man-made moving object on Earth. Efforts to locate the ship began almost immediately after it sank in April 1912. But scientific limitations, as well as the sheer vastness of the North Atlantic, made the effort impossible. 36 years ago today, the Explorer Group used an unmanned submarine called the Argo to survey the ocean floor. In the early morning of September 1st, Argo was investigating debris when it suddenly passed over a very big object. It was the hull of the Titanic. The next day, the main body of the ship was discovered nearby. It had split in two, but many of its features and interiors were remarkably well preserved because of the freezing water. The discovery renewed a global frenzy about the Titanic that lasted decades. The event sparked a series of movies, books, documentaries, TV specials. The film Titanic from director James Cameron was the first motion picture ever to earn $1 billion. And here's something else you might not know. The sinking of the Titanic was featured in Nazi propaganda. Minister Joseph Goebbels, who spewed propaganda all day long in Germany, commissioned a 1943 movie that focused on greedy British and American businessmen aboard the ship. The epilogue of the film states, quote, "The deaths of 1,500 people remained unatoned, forever a testament of Britain's endless quest for profit," unquote, from the Nazis. Back after this. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 7 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized. Bonuses to 21% targeted. They strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people want to move to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk. Their short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns right now. NRIA is an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. So, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, start your due diligence at nria.net. Or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.